Hello, everyone. We welcome you to another episode of FlytNow webinar series. Thank you all for joining today's session and making time amidst your busy schedule. I'm Baishali, and I'll be hosting today's webinar. Our first panelist is Achal. He has over 5 years of experience in the drone industry and has been actively involved in product development, marketing, design, and business development. As a part of the leadership team at FlightBase, Achal has been working with several customers across the globe to provide autonomous drone-based solutions for various applications. We are also very excited to introduce James, the managing director and co-founder of HEISHA. With 6+ years of experience in the UAE's marketing and sales, he believes that the smart charging station driven by comprehensive command system can enable UAVs to be truly unmanned solutions, which would greatly change unmanned technology for a better and convenient life. So welcome again, James and Achal.
Thank you, Baishali.
Thank you, Baishali.
Great. Before we begin, I request all attendees to type in their questions in the Q&A section. We are also going to run a couple of polls, so requesting everyone to participate. Over to you, Achal.
Thank you, Baishali. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone who is joining from around the world. My name is Achal, and I'll be taking you through to the next steps. So let's go through a quick outline of the webinar. So we're going to speak about, again, the key challenges that we are facing in the automated security deployment, then how the drone automation in the security landscape can benefit us. We're going to introduce the HEISHA's DNEST solution, the docking station solution, and then we are going to move to the security solution from FlytNow, as well as the mission scheduler demo. Then we would be open for the Q&A. You can, of course, put your questions as we move through the webinar, and we'll be taking them one by one at the end. In the middle, as Baishali mentioned, we'll be having a lot of polls in between, so feel free to participate in those. So security, we have spoken in multiple webinars that how drones can be automated, and now there are various low-hanging use cases where there is a huge interest which is coming from the market, where customers in warehouses and yards are looking for a completely automated solution to secure their premises. A lot of challenges there have been in the case where the drones can be deployed around the warehouses and they can cover the complete blind spots. So a lot of yards have trucks or any other commodity which are there in the complete space, and drones can be used to completely cover those areas. Secondly, the solar farms. Now, these are bigger farms where they are remote sites where drones can easily cover those areas in limited amount of time. Currently, there is a patrol vehicle which goes around to cover those kind of areas. Similarly, on the construction sites, there is a regular monitoring that is required for those kind of construction sites as well. And for railway tracks, which are spread across kilometers or miles, there is a huge infrastructure cost to put drones or put cameras, CCTV cameras. And now you can put drones to reduce that cost instead of setting up the complete infrastructure. So what are the key challenges that we are facing right now in security? Where the current challenges we are facing is there is no real-time situational awareness. That how do we receive real-time situational awareness from multiple areas? How do we conduct repeated patrols and that is too expensive to send somebody? There is no mechanism to detect threats as well as intrusions from the existing systems or to cover each and every area. And whenever there is an incident, how do we respond instantaneously for that? So for the scope of this webinar, we would focus on conducting repeated and pre-scheduled patrols. We have covered the real-time situational awareness in the previous webinars, so feel free to check out those webinars more. In this one, we'll be specifically focusing on the conducting repeated and pre-scheduled automated patrols using drones. So how does automated drones patrol help? Right. First of all, it helps you improve the site security. So security patrols provide bird's eye view with the drone to remove all the blind spot and reach inaccessible terrain. It enhances your safety by providing a real-time situational awareness, and automated drones keep your employees informed about complete premises. Similarly, it increases the efficiency, where you can conduct repeated patrols with minimal human intervention, reducing the possibility of the error. So we have been looking into the multiple components which are required. We have been already using drones for such use cases manually, but all these drones which we use, something like a DJI Mavic 2 or a Parrot Navi, a low-cost drone, the piece that has been missing is the low-cost docking station. So there are three critical components, as we've been speaking in a number of webinars: the reliable drone hardware, the availability of a low-cost docking station, and then intelligent edge and cloud software. So the first problem has been already solved, where you already have access to the drones. Now we're going to talk about the next two parts. So the next part of the webinar is going to be about the HEISHA's docking station, and you're going to learn more how they are providing the complete technology which adapts to the low cost of the shell drones, as well as the custom drones which are available in the market. So I would like to invite James here to help us introduce what HEISHA Tech is providing.
Well, thank you, Archel, for the introduction. And hi, everyone. My name is James Pan, and I'm working with HEISHA Tech. We are a Shenzhen-based company, and we are a company that focuses on providing the drone charging station for the industry. As Archel mentioned in the previous slides that you see, the industry, you have three key mosaic puzzles that the drone, the charging station, and then the software. And we want to bring the industry to everyone. So accessible charging station is the key. Asha, could you help to move to the next slide? Okay. So for us, we have been focused on providing the most cost-effective drone charging station to the industry. And since 2 years ago, we have been optimizing our hardware platform constantly. And right now, the charging station you're looking at is already our fourth generation of the charging station. If someone has kept following the news of HEISHA, you would know. And for the solution you are now looking at, the D60, which is compatible for the DJI Mavic series. And now we have included that into our DNEST solution, including the DJI drone, a software, and our D60 charging station. And our D80 charging station, which is slightly larger, and our D135 charging station, which is for DJI Matrix 300, is the largest charging station we have right now. And we started to do the integration with DJI because DJI has occupied 70% of the market share due to its stable performance in the market. And that would be an easy step for us. And but we are welcome to the other drone manufacturer to start the integration with us because we also, besides these products, we also do customizations for different kinds of drones, be it like the VTOL fixed wing drones or multi-rotor hexa drones. Next slide, Archel. Yeah. And right now, if you look at the pictures, these are some of the drones that we our charging pad can be compatible with. The VTOL fixed wing, Fountain 4 RTK from DJI, Hotel drone, and the Mavic Enterprise Advanced, which is just launched this month, and the Mavic Mini, Mavic 2, of course, and the M300. And we just started to do the research for the Parrot drone. Next slide. And this, besides the charging station, these are some of the core parts that the charging station is composed of. The charging pad itself, as well as a few retrofit kits, be it the landing gear to be mounted beneath the drone, and as well as the customized battery for DJI drones, because DJI would not allow third-party charger to charge its battery at this moment. So we do need to do some modifications so that the charger would allow our charging pad to conduct electricity through the landing gear to the battery. Next slide. Okay, so these are some of the specs of our DAT charging station. I can see right now the most popular drone right now that we use and also getting inquiries from the market is the Mavic 2 series, be it the Mavic 2 Zoom, the Mavic 2 Pro, Mavic 2 Enterprise, and Enterprise Advanced. The way that the battery is being some of the solution might be swapping, but for us, we just charge the battery. And right now, the charging time for this version is 45 minutes, but we are planning to make our next version charging time to be below 30 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. And the size of the box, including the canopy, you can see there's the canopy is sort of like a bucket shape. It can be opened, and the size is in the spec as well. If you look at the picture beneath the charging pad, there is a constant AC to control the temperature in extreme weather condition. You can set the temperature range from -5 to 30 degrees Celsius. So if the weather is too hot to be above 30 degrees Celsius, then the cooler can be turned on for the station to be cooled down. And also if the temperature is below -5, you can also turn the heaters on. For the protection, if you close the canopy, of course, it would easily stand for heavy raining. And last year we have some very heavy rain here in Shenzhen, and with the protection of the canopy, the drone stays well. And we would have the warranty of 1 year for all our clients. Next slide. This is some of the highlights of our charging station. The K100, that's the core muscles of the charging station. It controls and relays all the commands from the SBC, the single board computer, from our solution integrators, so that this muscle can control all the components of the charging pads. And it's open source, is standard. You can send a command through the TTL cable, and then the K100 will read your commands and then send that to control all the movements and actions of the charging station. And now this is the third generation of our K100, which we have done major improvements including anti-shocking, anti-reverse cabling, stuff like that. Next slide. And for our DAT, we wanted to make it as open as possible for developers, either solution integrators or software developer to be, to have a hands-on experience. Some of the developer mentioned that they have a strong team. They want to develop, or make some add-ons by themselves. So our DAT, with our DAT, you can add some weather stations and weather sensors, be it the rain meters, the wind meter, the wind speed meters, the humidity meters, or even add a tracking antenna to extend the telecommunication, the telemetry communication of the DJI drone. And we have already make it a standard package to mount it a security camera onto the we call it the T3 stall. So we have many ports that can play around with. For our DAT, you can even have a solar panel as an add-on for the power source, or connect it to a UPS for the power source. Next slide. This is some of our facility, the pictures of our facility. We believe we are the first charging pad manufacturer that can do mass production. Right now we have a production capacity of over 500 units per month. And the pictures on the right, that's our testing lab, which is just below our office here in Shenzhen. Next slide. Yeah, here is the demo video that we did actually last night. So take a look at this. We do it a test fly at night for the drone to take off and then land. So if you, by controlling the dashboard of the FlytNow, you can open the canopy and then turn on the remote controller, and then to turn on the drone and then to release the charge bars. And then the drone will be ready for the mission, and it will go into a series of self-checking actions. And after the mission is uploaded onto the drone, then it will start to execute the mission. The process might take a few seconds. Yeah, you can forward a little bit. Yeah, so the drone will be out to execute the mission, and usually it could be a waypoint mission, or it can be a manual fly mission. So once it finishes the mission, it will comes back and then lands onto the charging pad, and then use the dashboard of FlytNow. You can end the mission by locking the charge bars to charge the drone for the next mission, and also turn off the drone, turn off the RC, and close the canopy for the rain and dust protection. Right now we are still testing more functions with FlytNow to add more functionality for the security industry. For example, we can add some alarms, sensors, so that if the alarm goes off, the drone would automatically take off and then fly to the alarmed point to check whether there's a trespasser or anything wrong that's going on. And that's could be our topic for the next webinar. Okay, next slide.
Okay, thank you so much, James, for that demo and helping us understand your product.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, we'll again talk about more jointly in the demo that we conduct. So I think it's a time for a quick poll. So Vaishali, if you can quickly pull up the poll, and we can see what the audience is looking for. Okay, so now we have a quick question that what drones are you currently using? So that's the first question. And what is your use case? Where are you looking to deploy these automated drones? We'll be closing the poll in next 5 seconds. Actually, can we see the results?
Yes, I've posted the results.
Great. So we see about 65%, that's a huge number, using DJI Mavic 2 series. People are also preferring the Mini N2, again with the low cost and the 249 grams. 300 is something obviously with the ruggedized drone which can fly in different weather condition is another choice. We also have choice from Nafi, Skydio, and of course the custom made drones. For those facilities, industrial sites, so commercial units, construction sites, solar farms, warehouse and yards, there is fair amount of traction on that. There is also 39% others. We would be happy to hear what facilities are you looking to cover. You can put it in the Q&A section. We'll get to know. Thank you. Great. So we spoke about the low-cost docking station, the second components. Now, for the rest part of the webinar, we're going to talk about the intelligent edge and cloud software, and specifically the mission scheduler part, how you can leverage FlytNow to schedule automated patrols. So FlytNow provides a complete workflow automation software, which involves the complete dashboard where you can manage your complete operations of fleet. It is available for the web and mobile. You have the edge modules which automate or help you control the docking station that we just saw, as well as the precision landing component which allows it to precisely land. Whereas the docking station component can be integrated to get additional information apart from control. So suppose you have a weather station that can be integrated with the FlytNow to see live data on the screen. Similarly, if you are using any third-party solutions like a VMS software, a video management software, and customers need to see data coming from the drone directly to those VMS, the APIs can be leveraged to see those real-time video feed in the video management solution. One step after that, you can also integrate the navigation and telemetry APIs with VMS. So a lot of use cases have been arising where customers need intruder detection or they need incident response, where as soon as there is a trigger from the VMS, they can directly launch a drone from the docking station and send it to that particular location. So FlytNow has been providing the complete automated workflow to do that. So this is a quick demonstration of how things work. As soon as you have a mission where you need to send the drone, you can completely plan that, or if you have a specific trigger from your perimeter system, drone can take off from the docking station and go to that location. Apart from that, it can be scheduled for automated patrol where it can follow the complete path and secure a premises. And your complete team is sitting in the back office at the security center can see the live data right on the screen. So now we'll move to the mission scheduler demo of FlytNow, and I'll request Vaishali to take over and help us walk through the complete UI. So what you've done here is we have screen recorded the complete demo, so for the ease of it, so we can clearly see how each and every component works. So Vaishali, I'll request you to take over from you.
Yes, thank you, Achal. So in today's demo, we were going to quickly walk through everyone through the FlytNow hub, and then deep dive into our automated mission scheduler and demonstrate how that works. So first, users can log into FlytNow from any web browser like a Safari, Google Chrome, or Mozilla Firefox. And once you're in, this is the standard dashboard that how it looks. On the left, you can see there are drones that are already added or registered on the dashboard. And you can also check out the plan that you are currently subscribed to. On the right, there is the account details and the setting panels. And you can also see the live video feed from the drone that are already added to the dashboard, along with the statistics of the quality of the video feed, etc. So you lowered below, you can also see the launch button, which would allow you to launch a manual mission or automated mission. So we can start by adding another drone to the platform. In FlytNow, it's a scalable platform, so you can add unlimited number of drones and register unlimited number of drones to the platform. So we add a third drone here. And by clicking on the individual drone card, you can even switch the video feed from one drone to another. And we have a multicam video feed feature that's available where you can check out multiple video feeds simultaneously at the same time. And you'd also be able to record the video, you'd be able to capture images or share this live video feed with multiple stakeholders. So what we'll do is we'll just quickly create a mission. And on the left, you can now see that there is the telemetry or the live drone vital information before the mission. So on the mission tab, you can create a quick waypoint mission. So you can name it according to your requirements. You can set the speed of the mission or the speed at which you want to carry the petrol. You can even set the altitude at which you want to fly and put a finish action to it. So whether you want the drone to return to home, whether you want it to precisely land onto a docking station, whether you want to just precisely hover, you can set all of those finish actions and add the waypoints, drop the waypoints on the map and create a mission. Once you've created the mission, if you want to alter or modify the actions in the waypoint, so you can just quickly click on the icon on the map and then make changes to the waypoint actions. So you can ask, you can change the gimbal pitch. You can also ask to start recording a video once it reaches the second waypoint or the third waypoint, and you can modify and configure all of these on each and every waypoint. You can even set the speed at which you want to capture the data when it reaches a particular waypoint. So once all of this is set, you can create the mission and begin your operation. So now you have a mission that's already set. You could also configure geofences to prevent fly-offs from a particular region. So for example, just around the drone, you can create a radius with altitude and adjust an altitude as well, so that the drone would always remain within this particular boundary in which it is capturing data. So this is one of the fail-safe measure that we have. And now once the mission is created, we'll go on to scheduling the mission. So on top right, you can see the calendar view or the mission scheduler icon. By clicking on it, you get a complete calendar view of FlytNow. Here you can schedule by adding a name. You can select the mission or the plan that you have already created previously, and you can give the date as well as the time in which you are wanting to run the mission. You can also set it to fly daily, or you can set it to fly at particular instances when you want to conduct a mission. So right now we have set a daily mission for morning patrols. I'll just create another mission just to show that you can create multiple missions at different intervals and different time as per your requirement. If you want to have an evening patrol, a night patrol, if you want to fly multiple patrols during a complete day, you can schedule all of them at one go. Once the mission is scheduled, you also have the ability to check the date, a single day view as well as a week view on the mission scheduler, and you can edit these scheduled missions or delete them if you are not going to conduct it, or if you think that the weather is not good enough to carry out a mission and you want to cancel it. So you can do all those modifications to it. And now we have around 5 minutes till the first perimeter scan or first mission to fly. So we'll just quickly run this mission. We've done this here. We've carried out or conducted this entire mission out here. And like you can see that the drone has now taken off. On the left, you see the mission status. You can pause it from here. On bottom, you get to see the control UI joypad. So here you can nudge the drone or take manual control over the drone in case you want to do that. You can adjust the speed here as well. And on the right, you can pause the mission, you can land it, you can ask the drone to return back to home, you can precisely land if that's required. And you can also switch to cockpit view to get a better idea about the drone video feed. And on the left, you get to see the telemetry as well. You can record this video feed. You can also control the gimbal or the camera gimbal if you want to get another perspective as well. So once the drone is on the mission, on the top right, you can see that the gimbal controls are here as well as the zoom. If your camera supports zoom, you can also zoom in and zoom out of the video feed. So now the mission is over and the drone is about to land onto the docking station or the landing or the home location where it started its mission from. And at every point of time, you will be able to see the live telemetry data or information from the drone. So while it's landing right now, we have landed it, we just asked to return home. However, you can conduct this landing onto HEISHA or any other docking station if you want to integrate or automate the entire workflow. So once the mission is over, you can also check the logs and the previous mission that you have captured along with the video snippet from the mission. So this is available in the logs tab. So that was the demo that we had, and how we wanted to demonstrate how the entire automated mission scheduler works on FlytNow. And now I'd ask Achal to take over from here.
So thank you so much, Bashari, for giving that demo. So in that last demo, we just saw how things work and how we can automate the complete mission using the dashboard. Of course, there will be a lot of questions that people would have about how things work on that. We're happy to take those questions here. So that was the part of the demo, and now we are open for Q&As for this. So Bashari, if you can bring up the questions, we'd be happy to answer one by one.
Yes, sure. Before that, Achal, I just want to run a quick poll.
Sure.
So the poll is live.
Right. So the first question is, what are the roadblocks you're facing for adopting docking station? Is it the pricing, the lead time, regulatory limitations? You can select the right option. And the second one is, how urgently are you looking for an autonomous drone solution? We'll close the poll in about 5 seconds.
All right, I'm ending the poll and sharing the results.
Great. So the roadblocks, most of the audience have pointed out, is pricing and obviously the regulatory limitations to fly beyond visual line of sight or conduct a multi-drone operation. Then we have a huge audience who's looking to deploy in about 1 to 2 months, where they already have clear requirements and they see the value. And there's also audience who's looking to explore this option and learn more. So thank you everyone for answering these questions. Yeah, now we can get to the Q&A part.
Yes, sure. So I think based on the poll results, we did notice that pricing has been one of the major concerns, and we have a lot of questions where everyone's asking about the pricing of the entire solution, the DAT solution. So James, if you would want to take that.
Yes, thank you very much. For the presentation. It's brilliant work. For the question, should I just go one by one, or should I go directly with the question that you just asked, Vishali?
Yes, the question that I just asked, I will be asking the questions, James, and
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so for the pricing, because we are now currently doing a distribution ship and dealer mode, so it would not be convenient for me just to disclose the points, exact price, but I could tell you that our price is within 1/7 of the price of the other solution. Take it, being the other friendly competitor in the market. 1/7 of their price, or 1/10, 10% of the price.
Thank you, James. I think we have a few other questions with regards to the hardware. So one question goes: if the system fails, does it alert the user? And the drone if the drone is forced to land, can we put a GPS to the drone?
Yeah, I think that's more on the software side, right? Maybe on FlytNow. But for the drone part, you do have a drone recovery function from. I know DJI has it. They have a GPS module inside, so you can use that drone recovery function.
Right. From the software side, of course, we have the recovery system as well. So in terms of precision landing, if the drone is not able to land precisely, it will reattempt the landing about 3 to 5 times. And if it's not able to land in that case as well, maybe because of loss of vision or something is not visible, or there is some other issues, it will raise the alarm on the dashboard. Now, in that case, it will again wait to take the manual control to the on-screen buttons that we just saw. So you can land it precisely looking at the live video, or you can set a fail-safe where drone can go and land to that particular location. So you can just tap on the map and it will go there, or you can preset it.
We have a few other questions from the software side, Achal. So can we get this software without FlytNow logo? One of our attendees have asked this.
Right. So we do offer customer branding options, and that depends on the number of drone subscription you're getting and what's the scale of the deployment.
And can FlytNow be availed in France?
Yes, we have a lot of customers using in France and all across the Europe.
We also have a question around what is the communication method that is used in the video between the planner and the drone? Is it 4G?
Yes, so the standard solution is available over 4G or the internet, where you can provide internet connection at the base station either over a cellular network, a wired connection, or Wi-Fi, and you can remotely access it. For deployments where you're just looking to have a local solution, you don't need dependency on the internet, we do offer a local-based solution as well.
We also have a question around, can any user use around 20 drones in FlytNow?
Yes, so FlytNow has been designed for scale to manage any number of drones, like this Zoom tool that we're using, where we can join from any number of people can join. Similarly, it has been designed for scale, where you can add as many drones, so you can easily control 20 drones.
Thank you, Achal. I think I'll move on to James. We also have a lot of questions around the hardware. What is the weight of the drones add-on or retrofit kit? James, if you could take that.
Yeah, so I think you're talking mostly about the landing gear. So different drone models has different, design of landing gear. So for the Mavic 2 series, the landing gear is about 78 grams. And if we are talking about the landing gear for Matrix 300, then that would be the weight would be much more, which is about 250 grams.
Thank you. Another question goes, does the AC automatically turn on when the temperature is too hot?
Yes, you can actually set a range of the temperature within which you don't want to turn on the AC. Like, for example, -5 to 30 degrees Celsius. Within that range, the AC won't be turned on. Yeah.
You also talked about extended antennas to increase the range. So one of our attendees have asked whether the range can be increased to 10 to 15 kilometers. Is that a possibility?
Based on our reality test, in the reality, DJI usually they claim that the telemetry range could be 5 kilometers to 7 kilometers. But if we operate a drone in the urban area, it usually is 1.3 kilometers to 2.5. So with the tracking antenna, we can actually extend that to 3.5 to 5 kilometers.
Thank you, James.
Yeah.
So another question that we have is, does the D135, which is the bigger size docking station, do they also accept drones from D60 and D80?
Well, the drone, if with that large size, it can actually the canopy itself is the same, but we do need to do a little adjustment on the charging pad itself, so that the charge pad could fit for smaller size drone.
Again, thank you, James. So I'll also ask a few questions to Achal from the software side. So can any user install FlytBase server in their local country?
Yes, so I highlighted the local solution. So if you're looking for a local on-premise solution, we can help you do that.
And does the drone video feed be stored in the micro SD card, or is it only uploaded to the cloud?
Both the options are there. So as you hit the recording, it starts getting recorded on the cloud as well as on the SD card. Of course, you in the settings bar, you can manage those settings. So even if you run out of the SD card during the mission, it will still get recorded on the cloud.
Thank you, Achal. Another question goes where, how can we integrate your API to our drone control software?
Right, so this would be more very specific to what is your requirement, but we do have navigation and command and control APIs, which are available in REST, WebSocket, C++, Python, etc., where you can leverage these APIs to integrate with your own control software.
I think we have another question around the autonomous solution. In the charging station, where would we put the drone controller? Is it inside the charging station, or do we need a cell phone with a 4G too?
Right, so this is something which I or James both can take. So it resides inside the docking station, and you don't need a mobile device. There is a single board computer which resides inside and actually helps connect the drone, the box to the internet. James, if you'd like to add something there.
Just a second. Let me.
Yeah, the question was the how do you connect the drone and box? So the SBC part and how well that is integrated, the RC and the box. So the provision that you can just speak about that and highlight that.
Yeah. So the thing is that what you guys just look at the K100, that's the main muscle of the drone charging station that controls all the movement of the charging station. But you also need a brain to send the commands to the muscles. So the SBC should be connected to the K100 to send all the commands, and also the SBC acts as a relay to the remote controller of the drone, so that you can also send the commands to the drone itself. So the SBC is the brain that controls the drone, sends commands to the drone and the charging station.
Right, and that sits inside the docking station, right? And you have made provisions on that, and even the antennas could be extended.
Yes. For example, right now we are the SBC that we're working used for flight-based software is the old drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Another question for James, does magnetism of the HEISHA station affect the drone?
Yes, it affects a little. It might, some of the in the control, it might pops up that the magnetism might affect the drone. You have to operate it with caution. And also when the canopy is closed, it might jeopardize the GPS reception, but when it's open, then it's working well. But I don't think it would jeopardize the entire mission, just slightly. We do need to operate with some cautions.
Great. And this is where we have been adding workflow on the software front. So since the box is closed, you usually lose the GPS lock. So the automated workflow and settings would have sufficient buffer and checks for the drone to gain the GPS lock and then launch the mission. So all those safety checks are run, and after running them, the drone would actually fly or take off.
Yeah. One thing to add it here is that for DAT, we are still using the aluminum, but we tend to replace the aluminum with glass fiber, which will, with less metal matters, so that to lower the magnetism effect.
That's great.
Another question that we have around battery, does the charging solution affect the battery life of the drone?
No, we did the modification on the original battery. We didn't do anything else. We just bypassed the authorization from DJI so that it would allow our charging station to charge it. We didn't do any modification, any else. Yeah.
I think another question is around maintenance and warranty of the hardware. So if you would like to highlight some points around that.
Yeah, that's very standard. We provide 1 year warranty. If it is the hardware quality, then we will provide free repairment, but you do need to pay for the hardware if provided that's broken. After 1 year, you can purchase some VIP package for the after sales service.
Thank you, James. I think I'll pass on to Achal to ask a few questions around FlytNow. One question is the operator, does the operator need to approve the mission on when scheduling, or once is it scheduled, does the drone take off automatically?
Right. So once it is scheduled, you can send it to the auto mode, and there is a checklist which is available. So either you can preset the checklist, or you can always have the checklist pop up whenever drone is going to launch. So this totally depends on the workflow that you wish to implement, and those kind of settings are available.
Also, another question is, can we set the angle of the gimbal on the software?
Yes, so you can set the gimbal angle at each and every waypoint. How you want to do, you want to move around the drone, you can set all the waypoint actions. And in any case, if you wish to manually control it during the mission, you can use the on-screen buttons.
Is there any security issue or function of flight-based software? You can talk about the security of the software as well, Achal.
Sure. So we have designed it for the complete enterprise operation. So we take measures for the enterprise grade security. So you have a complete end-to-end encryption when you're talking to the drone. You have token-based authentication, where every drone has its unique vehicle ID and authentication token. And we offer multiple security components depending upon the scale of the deployment as well, where you can have all things like SML or anything that is required to meet your security standard. For storing the video or the footage, we also provide directly storage on your private cloud. So you could have your own, say, AWS S3 bucket or Microsoft Azure bucket, where we can directly pipeline the data, store it on your cloud. So you could be anywhere in the world, and there would be a AWS or Azure there, so it can be directly stored on that cloud as well.
Great. Can we launch the drone from one docking station and land on another docking station? This is also one question.
Yes, that is possible. So you can launch it from one and land it on another. That's very possible.
Is there any SDK that we could use to develop some module ourselves with custom functionalities?
Yes, there are a lot of customers who have been doing this. So using our APIs for navigation, telemetry, video data, you can completely develop your own application, and that would be compatible and agnostic to the drone, as well as it be compatible to the HEISHA's docking station.
I think we have a few other questions around the communication protocol between FlytNow and drone. So Achal, if you would want to take it again.
Okay, so we can have a quick diagram here to just better explain things. Let me see if I can go back. So you're not maybe having the slide here, but you have the complete drone. You have the edge module. So we have an SBC which runs the complete software and connected to the docking station and the drone using the RC. So RC is connected to that single board computer over the USB, and then over the serial port, the docking station is integrated. And then you provide internet connection to that edge module, that SVC, over Ethernet or cellular like 4G and 5G. And then you can open the dashboard anywhere and see the live data and get command and control.
Another question is, can the software accept JSON data to send the drone to a specific location?
Yes, you can do so.
What about human detection? Do we have AI functionalities?
Right. So we have multiple offerings in terms of AI. Either you use the built-in one where you deploy the solution, you collect the data, and we'll help you with a built-in module to detect intruders. Or you can leverage our video SDK to integrate with any third-party AI analytics software, and then use again the APIs to send back triggers to FlytNow.
I think we also have a couple of questions around pricing of the FlytNow software. Actually, if you would want to take that.
Right, so you can go to flytnow.com/pricing to learn more about the structure. And it's a SaaS-based software, so there is a per drone subscription fee. So you can learn more right now on flytnow.com/pricing, or you can reach out to us at flytnow@flightbase.com for the entire solution that you're looking for.
Okay, I think we also have a few questions for James. I'll quickly take them. James, so do you think a solution with a DJI Mini 2, which is less than 250 grams, could be easily used to receive BVLOS approval in Europe? Do you think the modified battery and the auto recharge interface will raise the total weight of the system?
Yes, it would definitely raise the system. The landing gear for the Mavic 2 Mini is about 25 grams. That would definitely add on, easily surpass 250 grams. I know that EU has a very strict regulation right now, but I understand you also have a SOTA assessment system that will allow a specific scenario to be used if provided that the risk has been well estimated. So, well, it depends on your regulation, really.
Thank you, James. Another question goes, what are the common problems that users generally face when installing HEISHA's platform for the first time?
Usually is because it's a very new product. So I think which button to push, how to connect the cable, I think usually would be the first question they would ask me. But we already have, our user manual for you, so there's no worries.
Thank you again, James. Let me see if I can pull any other question. I think we have a lot of questions, but however, unfortunately, we are up on time. I would definitely answer these questions over email, and if it is from the hardware side, I would request James to do so. And we will share the recording of this webinar as well at the end of the webinar and shortly. So we would like to conclude this. If you, Achal and James, if you have any closing thoughts.
Maybe Achal, you would like to go first?
Sure. So thank you everyone for joining us. Docking stations, as we know, are shaping the future. So the automated drones, and that is where HEISHA Tech and FlytNow have been leading the way with the products, as you saw. And HEISHA specifically have been providing the affordable solution for the docking stations. So feel free to reach out to James, and James will be really helpful on that to provide you the right information and choose the right product. And you can reach out to us for any questions that you have and help you set up the complete system. Of course, there are regulatory limitations, and that is the scenario all over the world. But we can help you set up the complete system so you can start building your safety cases and get the appropriate waivers to fly beyond visual line of sight, as well as multi-drone operations. So on screen, you can see both the contact details. So feel free to reach out to us and we'd be happy to help.
Yep. Thank you, Ancho and Basali, for inviting me for this webinar, and very honored. For us, we just want to create this ecosystem similar like Intel's and Windows. We provide the hardware, you provide the software, and then the user would use it for different kinds of applications. And only by working together with your powerful software and our hardware, I think we can together we can provide a very advanced and platform for the users, and hopefully all the clients and users and can use it in different scenarios. And it's up to you to be more creative to use both our software and hardware. And we would love to hear your suggestion on how we can make this technology to be more artificial intelligent and to be more futuristic, because we believe that the true unmanned vehicle needs to be operated without the pilot that is on site, which I think is pointless at this moment. So to make this industry booming, we work with you and like to work with you a lot. So thank you very much again.
Thank you so much, James. Thanks for being part of this. And we are looking to, as we are working already, we look to have tighter integration with the products that HEISHA Tech has been building and provide the complete solution to the end customer.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining us.
Have a good weekend, everyone.